Most people don't have a spending problem. They have a clarity problem. They earn money, spend it all, and have no idea where it actually went. By the 25th of every month, they're already broke. Again. The 50-30-20 rule is the most popular budgeting system in the world. Millions swear by it. But here's the honest question nobody wants to ask in 2026. Does it actually still work? When rent alone can eat half your paycheck? In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to break it down with real numbers, show you when it works, when it doesn't, and exactly how to make it work for you. Let's get into it. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research or consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. The 50-30-20 rule was popularized by U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book, All Your Worth, published in 2005. The concept is beautifully simple. Take your after-tax income and split it into 3 categories. 50% goes to needs, the stuff you cannot avoid: rent, groceries, utilities, transport, insurance, and minimum debt payments. These are the expenses that exist whether you want them to or not. 30% goes to wants, the fun stuff: dining out, streaming subscriptions, gym memberships, hobbies, shopping, and vacations. These are the expenses you choose to have. 20% goes to savings and investments, your future. Building your emergency fund, contributing to your Roth IRA, retirement savings, and paying down debt faster than the minimum required. That's it. No complicated spreadsheets, no tracking every single transaction, just 3 buckets, and the discipline to keep your spending roughly within each one. The beauty of this rule is its simplicity. You don't need to be a financial expert to follow it. You just need to know which category each dollar falls into. But simplicity only works if the numbers actually fit your life. And in 2026, for a lot of people, they don't. Let's put real numbers to this. Say you bring home $4,500 per month after taxes. Here's exactly how the 50-30-20 rule divides that income. 50%, $2,250, goes to needs: rent, groceries, utilities, transport, insurance. 30%, $1,350, goes to wants: dining out, streaming, gym, hobbies, shopping. 20%, $900, goes to savings and investments. $900 a month into savings. That's $10,800 a year. Invested consistently at a 10% average annual return, that $900 a month becomes over $1.1 million in 30 years. That's the power of this rule when it works. A simple framework, applied consistently, with life-changing results at the end. But here's the reality check most budgeting gurus won't tell you. The honest answer to whether this rule works in 2026, it depends heavily on where you live. The 50-30-20 rule was designed at a time when housing costs were significantly lower relative to income. In 2026, if you live in a high cost of living city, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, London, Sydney, Toronto, your rent alone can run from $2,200 to well over $3,000 a month. That's already 50 to 65% of a $4,500 paycheck before you've bought a single grocery or paid a single utility bill. So the needs category is already broken before you even start. Does that mean the rule is useless? No. It means the percentages need to flex based on your real situation. Here's how to adapt it. If your needs genuinely require 60% or more of your income, you have 2 levers to pull. Lever 1, compress the wants category as aggressively as possible. Drop it to 15% or even 10% temporarily. Lever 2, protect the savings category at all costs. Do not touch the 20%. Your savings rate is the single category that changes your future. Everything else is lifestyle. Cutting back on dining out is uncomfortable for a month. Cutting back on your savings rate costs you decades of compound growth. These are not equal trade-offs, and you should never treat them as such. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a diagnostic tool, not a rigid law. If your needs are consistently above 50%, that's a clear signal. Either your income needs to grow, your fixed costs need to shrink, or both. The rule is telling you something important. Listen to it. Even people who genuinely try to follow the 50-30-20 rule make 3 mistakes that quietly undermine it. Mistake 1. Misclassifying wants as needs. This is the most common and most damaging mistake. Your Netflix subscription is a want, not a need. Your gym membership is a want. Eating out 4 times a week is a want. People consistently inflate the needs category with lifestyle choices, and then wonder why the numbers never add up at the end of the month. Be brutally honest when you categorize your spending. If life would genuinely continue without it, it's a want. Mistake 2. Treating savings as optional. The moment you decide to skip savings just this month, it becomes a habit. Next month, there will be another reason. Before long, months have turned into years, and the savings category has quietly disappeared. Your savings percentage must be automated, transferred out of your account the same day your paycheck arrives before you have any opportunity to spend it. What you don't see, you don't spend. Mistake 3. Using gross income instead of net income. The 50-30-20 rule is based entirely on your take-home pay after all taxes and deductions, not your salary before deductions. If you earn $60,000 a year, your gross monthly income looks like $5,000. But after federal tax, state tax, Social Security, and Medicare, your actual take-home might be closer to $3,700. Using the wrong number throws every single category off significantly and makes your budget look far more comfortable than it actually is. Here's how to get started today in 3 concrete steps. Step 1. Calculate your real monthly take-home pay, not your salary. What actually lands in your bank account each month after every deduction. This is your only starting number. Step 2. For 1 full month, track every single expense and categorize it honestly as a need, want, or savings. You don't need a fancy app. A simple spreadsheet works perfectly. The goal is not perfection. The goal is clarity. Where is your money actually going right now? Step 3. Automate your savings transfer immediately. Set it up so that the moment your paycheck hits your account, a fixed amount moves automatically to a separate high-yield savings account or investment account. Remove the decision entirely. What you never see sitting in your checking account, you will never miss. 1 month of honest tracking will tell you more about your financial habits than years of vague worrying about money. The 50-30-20 rule isn't perfect, but it is an excellent starting point for anyone who wants to take real control of their finances. Use it as a compass, not a contract. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. If life forces you to adjust the wants first. Protect the savings always. And use it as a monthly health check on where your money is actually going. Budget systems don't fail because they're flawed. They fail because people never actually start. So start this week, even imperfectly. An imperfect budget you genuinely follow is worth infinitely more than a perfect one, sitting in a spreadsheet you never open. Subscribe to WealthVault for a new video every week. Next up, how to pay off debt fast, the Avalanche versus the Snowball method, and which one actually saves you more money. That video is right here. See you there.